Okay, can someone tell me why this little enemy that I have here in front of me is doing me the same damage as the final boss in this game? I do not understand. So hey guys, welcome to my first review of Hollow Knight Silksong. I'm reviewing only Act 1 because that's the only thing I've done so far. It took me like 14 hours to do the entire Act 1 and I'm having a blast. The game is absolutely amazing. And in this review, I'm gonna say a lot of good things, but be prepared to, to all the fans that are crazy about this game, because I also have a lot of bad things to say about this game. So, because I want to start on a good note, I want to start with the things I love about this game. And I guess the biggest improvement in this game compared to, the original Hollow Knight has to be the bosses, man. Like, I am so blown away, man. Because the bosses in Hollow Knight, they were good, but nothing special, unless you would go into the DLC where you had, Pure Vessel and Nightmare King Grim and the Sisters of Battle and Absolute Radiance. Those bosses were absolutely amazing. But the main game, there were good bosses, a few of them, but nothing out of this world. At least to me, that's my opinion. But in this game, man, like in just Act 1, man, like you have at least 3 really amazing bosses, at least for me. Like the Widow, the Sister Splinter boss, and the final boss from Act 1. To me, they're all absolutely stellar. And there's also like another cool bosses out there, like like the Fort Shorus, I think that's his name. I also really like that one. The Lace boss fight is also really nice. I am super happy in the boss department, and I cannot wait to see what happens in Act 2. Now, another thing I love about Hollow Knight Silksong is the world building, like the music, the NPC, the graphics. It's all top tier, man. Like seriously, in the first Hollow Knight game, the music was such an important part of creating an incredible atmosphere, and in this game it works as well, man. Like I think my favorite song so far is the one from the area, Shellwood. It's absolutely gorgeous, and I also really like the sound that you hear in the final area of the game. I don't know, it just fits really well with what's happening on the screen. And I don't know, the NPCs are also extremely cool. I think I found like 20 already. It's crazy the amount of NPCs that I have in this game. And I guess my favorite is gonna be everyone's favorite. I mean, Sherma is just so freaking cute. I love how she looks, and I love, how she's so positive and she's singing that really cool tune. I even made a video of, her singing for like 10 minutes straight. So yeah, I'm extremely happy with the NPCs so far, and the graphics, man. I mean, this is an improvement over Hollow Knight. Of course, this game looks absolutely gorgeous. I am very happy what they've done in this department, in the world of Silksong. As for areas, I'm also extremely happy. My favorite so far, I think it's gotta be Shellwood. Like I just said, I think it has the best music so far in the game, and it looks really gorgeous, and it's a tough area. You can do a lot of pogo and stuff. You have some really cool enemies. I really like the the water bugs and the guys that are on top of the water bugs, like throwing the spears, killing them. They're super cute, super adorable. And then you have these flowers that explode. I don't know, everything is just super cute and absolutely beautiful in this area. And it also has one of my favorite bosses in the game with the Sister Splinter. Absolutely stellar boss, absolutely incredible area. I am super happy. Another area that I really liked, and I think this will not be a popular opinion, but I really like the final area, because I believe the final area of a game has to be really hard, and I think it accomplishes that very well. It's a very tough area with some very annoying enemies, as a few bosses. I'm not gonna say, I don't want to spoil, so don't worry, I'm not gonna show the final area or the final boss, but the final area is really, really good. And this might sound crazy, because I think it reminds me of Farum Azula from Elden Ring. The final area of the first act of Silksong reminds me of the final area of Elden Ring. Another thing I really love about this game is the combat. There's new abilities, there's like this new diagonal pogo. Now you can, throw stuff from a distance, which is crazy helpful. I've been using it a lot, because there's some really annoying enemies in this game. And I don't know, I'm very happy, because you also can like do builds, like people that don't like the new pogo, they can just get this thing, I think it's called a crest, and you can like change to the old pogo, and you have like a different moveset and stuff like that. So it's basically like you can create builds in this game. And again, I'm only on Act 1, so surely more things are gonna come in the later acts, so I'm very curious to see what's happening, but I am very happy with what I've seen so far. So absolutely stellar game, incredible, amazing. But it's time for the bad things, and oh my god, I have a lot to say. And they're not like deal breakers, and I guess they're kind of expected that I say these things, but the first one has got to be the double damage, man. Like, it is bonkers, man. Like, I said it at the beginning of this video, like, how the hell can a super tiny enemy does the same amount of the final boss, man? Like, and it's everywhere, man. I mean, there's so many enemies in almost every single area that just do double damage, man, to the point that when I get hit by a new enemy and it only does me like one mask, I'm like surprised. I'm like, oh, what, really? Only one hit? Because everyone does double damage. Pretty much almost every boss does double damage, and I think it's crazy, man. I don't mind that they want to increase the difficulty, but I don't know. I mean, surely, I don't know how many acts there are in the entire game, but doing right away from the start of the game, like everyone doing double damage everywhere, I think that's a bit too much. And the rest of my critiques are pretty much all going in the direction of the difficulty, man, because like another thing that pisses me off like crazy is the amount of enemies that just keeping, you know, right, like running away from you, like jumping back or, you know, just flying away from you. It gets extremely annoying, man. Like, I don't know, man. Sometimes I just am hitting the air over and over again because they are completely fleeing from you, running away from you, jumping away from you. I know that's, you know, like a defense system and just to make the game harder, but I don't know, so many enemies just use this. They just keep going back, flying back and jumping back, and Jesus Christ, I am so tired of hitting the air. It gets a little bit too much. There are like a few enemies in particular, like this crow that I'm showing here, like Jesus Christ, this is like the new, you know, like that enemy that everyone hates in Hollow Knight, you know, that flying orange thing that you throw the 3 fireballs. Like this guy, and also this absolutely annoying enemy in the final area. I will not show it, but if you play the final area, you know who I'm talking about. This flying dude that throws his nose and that bounces everywhere, and they are so hard to hit, man, and it gets crazy annoying. And another thing that I really dislike, it's the runbacks, man. Like, I don't know if I missed, you know, some bench or some like shortcut that I could have done, but man, there's so many bosses in this game that are crazy far away from, you know, the last bench that you found. And a few examples are like Morwing, like how I don't like, it's crazy, man. It's like a 2-minute run easily to get to the boss again. And like, this is not like a super easy boss or anything. I died like 6 or 7 times, and you know, that dying 6 or 7 times is nothing actually, because, you know, I play Souls games, so that's nothing. I'm used to dying a lot. But I wanted to throw my controller into the goddamn wall because the run back was so boring, so freaking long, man. And then there's the final boss run back, which is hell on earth. Like, in the final boss run back, you have to do pogo, you have crazy annoying enemies, you have to bounce on the walls, you have like this wind that pushes you back and makes you fall, and if you fall, you take double damage. It's crazy, man. Like, I probably die more times just going back to the final boss than actually dying to the final boss. It's crazy, man. And another thing I want to talk about is benches, man. Like, why do you have to pay for benches, man? Like, it's crazy, man. Getting to a bench should have been a reward on its own, because you have to explore everything and you finally found a bench and you have this feeling of reward, but they take that away from you because they force you to pay. And it's another thing in this game, man. Like, there's a crazy lack of rosaries in this game, and like, there's so many times I got to the benches, or, you know, to those places where you call, you know, the teletransportation, you know, the little bug that takes us from side to side, and I could not buy them because I had no money with me, because everything just gives such little rosaries, man. Everything just costs so much money, man. And there was this point, like, I beat the final boss and I went to Act 2, and don't worry, this is not an important thing, but pretty much the start of Act 2 starts with 2 places for you to sit, and like, they're crazy cheap, they're only 15 each, but I had no money with me, man. I could not get a goddamn seat to do a save file because nothing gives you rosaries. You're always empty on rosaries through most of the game because the game is crazy hard and they're so hard to get, man. Like, I did find this early farm, I even did a video on it, but it's like at the beginning of the game, man, and I hate that I have to teleport again over and over again to that place, and even going there it only gets me like 46 rosaries for a minute, so it's just not fun, man. Like, I hope they patch this and do something different and makes us get more rosaries and will reduce the price for benches or even take it away, because I think it's crazy. Another thing about benches, man, and I can't believe I'm talking this much about the benches, but I don't know what's happening, but every time I sit on a bench, I lose like 30 of my throwing stuff, man. Why is this a thing? I don't know if I have some charm on me or something equipped that makes me lose them, but why is this a thing, man? Like, why is sitting on a bench crazy expensive and they take my throwing stuff, man? Like, it's seriously, this should be a reward moment. You've went through a crazy amount of enemies, you went to a lot of exploring, and you get to the place where you finally get to save the file and save the game and be happy, and they make it the torture, man. I don't understand this. I hope they change this. And my final complaint about Hollow Knight Silksong is that the bosses give you nothing, man. Like, I mean, not all of them, there's a few that give you some things, but so many of the bosses, when you beat them, there's no reward. There's nothing, not even simple rosaries, they give you nothing. Again, there's no reward for so much pain, for so much, torture of dying 5, 10, 15 times to a boss, and you finally beat them and you're like, okay, what am I gonna get, what am I gonna get? And you get nothing. You just continue playing the game. Like, they don't even give you a checkpoint or anything. They don't give you, like, I don't know, like 50 rosaries, nothing. You just continue walking like if nothing happened, man. Like, I'm sorry, man. Like, again, I love this game to infinity. I am loving it to oblivion. It's a crazy good game, and all of the things I said I wasn't a fan, they can be easily fixed. I don't know if they will do it or not, but I really hope they do something, because this game has the crazy potential to be one of the biggest masterpieces in terms of Metroidvanias that we ever seen. And I don't know, I honestly, I believe some people will not even probably beat Act 1 if the game stays as it is. Like, seriously, it's just too much, man, and I think it's gonna make a lot of people quit. I might be wrong, but that's the feeling that I have. So yeah, if you're playing Hollow Knight Silksong and you already finished Act 1, or even if you're not, just tell me in the comments what you think about the game so far. And yeah, as always, I see you guys in the next video. Stay well, bye bye guys.